So over the last few days, we've seen Dogecoin dip, but will long-term holders be rewarded? All right, so let's break this down. I want to go over an article with you guys to get you on your way. We'll look at what Dogecoin is doing on the day as well. But if you are new to the channel, awesome. Make sure you all like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's talk some crypto, okay? And as we get going, guys, I am affiliated with BITUNIX. If you want to start trading on this platform, there's a link down below for 25% bonus to your futures account if you sign up using my link. Do your research, due diligence, not financial advice, but that link is down below, okay? So as we look at the market right now, we've shifted into the red as I'm currently recording. It was a green day, but then since then, guys, we did fall off. Bitcoin now at 112. Ethereum still at that 4,100 level. But as it relates to Dogecoin, 8th in market cap, we are seeing a horrible week, though, almost 20% down as we do look at that 17.9% fall off the last 7 days. But the one thing that we've been talking about, and this is what holds true for me, guys, and this is not me telling you to buy or sell Dogecoin. It's not financial advice, but Doge above 20 cents has been kind of that support. 20 to 23 cents is the range, and I think that we kind of settle in. And then from 23 to 27, that's when things get into make or break bullish mode. And then obviously, as we try to retest 30 cents and 27 cents onward, where we could, if we see a breakout past 30, that's when things get very optimistic about Doge, in my opinion. That's how I'm playing this range that we have been trading in, okay? But are long-term holders about to be rewarded, okay? So let's get into this article as we look at this, okay? And I think that you talk about the short-term holders that they're buying, and that Dogecoin may be slightly undervalued here at this stage, okay? So this is what we're going to look into. There are a few charts that we're going to look into, but the confidence right now within the meme coin crash, I think that some of these takeaways do hold true. I think that maybe retail in what we're seeing here from a buy-sell standpoint, okay? I think that, yes, there are a lot of people going to be flushed out, not so much profit taking, but you have to kind of remember when we were buying Dogecoin at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cents, this is something where we talked about it being completely undervalued. And at one point, guys, I know it's not all-time high. We're not talking about 80 cents and beyond, but just still for Doge, this is severely, severely undervalued. And the one thing that I've always said here on the channel is looking at Dogecoin when we were in the bear market, when we were looking at all of the horrible, abysmal prices that we've seen across the top 100 and all of the other cryptos that we do talk about, Dogecoin kind of had some strength during weakness, okay? They were down, you know, I would say probably 1/8 of all-time highs, but there were a lot of cryptos that were even 10% or even 15% from all-time highs, okay? So Dogecoin, for my money, has kind of held true. I think that we have some serious levels that do have a lot of support, and that's kind of why I don't consider it typically a meme coin. This is a top 10 crypto. This is a multi-billion-dollar asset that I think that at this point, we look at treasuries, we look at the ETF world. This is not another meme coin, okay? That's how I view it, but I want to talk about what we're at right here, right now, because this is where we lend towards the conversation of Doge being in an accumulation zone, not an overheated market, okay? And despite all the dips that we did see, short-term holders bought the dip, confidence stayed intact, and a larger move could form if buying pressure continues to build. Now, the reason why I do believe in that is simply this. As we look at the market, why is the market down? Okay. Yes, there was that order book controversy over on Binance, but most notably, it's the tariffs. Okay. And I think that as we look at what the tariff impact had last time out, it was some short-term volatility followed up by a long-term kind of explosion. And that's something that I do take a lot of confidence in, but it's been a rough week, not just for Doge, but the overall meme coin market. All right. The top three, Doge, SHIB, and Pepe, all saw 20% wiped out as we looked at billions coming off of their books. And this is how volatile it has been, okay? The first number, red number in this column, this is the 24-hour number. The next column is 7 days, and then the column after that would be the 30-day price. And that's basically where we look at the meme coins essentially dropping almost 20% across the board. But with prices nearing these local highs, the dip activity that we have seen of people buying the dip as investor confidence may be kind of on an upswing. This is where I look into the stabilization that we have seen, right? And this chart right here, as we talk about the cumulative value days destroyed, I've actually never heard of that metric, so we'll kind of look into that together. But this is where we look at the price for Doge continuing to stabilize. And the one thing I'll tell you guys, and this is looking back at 2016, basically the inception of Dogecoin, this is kind of very much a cyclical fractal is what we've seen here on the charts, okay? And we've had long periods of consolidation, followed up by these massive explosions that we saw once in 2017, obviously the cycle in 2021. And then as we look for that 4-year window, guys, it's 2025, all right? I think that if we were gonna consider every 4-year cycle to kind of have its place, this is something within Dogecoin that I do feel like it may be a little bit delayed due to what we had coming out of the top from government with Donald Trump and the election, the volatility, just the overthrowing of basically every system and organization that was in place, the government shutdown looming. So there are a lot of delays that I think that are very notable that we have seen, but I still do believe in this 4-year cyclical setup. Okay, that's where I'm at. But also, as we look in this long-term value floor, which is indicated by this yellow band that you guys can see, this is where we've seen the long-term floor, which is the yellow band, continue to hold up under pressure. Okay, yes, the dips are severe, 20%. That's not anything new to crypto. We've seen 20% dips in crypto. The best thing I can tell you is if you do have a plan set in place, right, 20% is essentially like a discount on aisle 3. It's prices on clearance, it's crypto on discount, all right? So it's a sale price. I don't look at it as a top-down crash. I think that if we look at the activity here, dating back to its inception, Dogecoin has been on a very significant uptrend, albeit there has been a lot of periods of volatility. It's still something very notable to notice that we are still continuing to ascend. It's nice organic growth, and that's exactly what I would expect. It's not as pretty as you would expect, but it is something that still holds true over the test of time. And, you know, if you look and ask yourself, basically 10 years ago, right, since the inception of Dogecoin, every year, every chance that you had on a dip to buy Dogecoin right here in present day, would you be ahead? Okay, and I think the answer to that question is yes, and that's kind of why I look, despite all this volatility, I personally believe that Dogecoin right now is very, very undervalued, and I agree with this, okay? And one little metric that does back this up is the MVRV Z-score. That's when the price deviates from the fair value. And right now, as we hover around historic lows at the time of this recording, this is very similar to what we've seen in previous bull runs, indicated back in 2017, 2021. And I just think that, you know, it's going to be rough, it's going to be rocky, it's going to be volatile. But if this fractal does repeat the 4-year cyclical trend, it just kind of bodes well for the future of Doge. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys before we do, if we do see that inevitable a price spike, if you do believe in the 4-year chart pattern, that would happen probably in 2025. The months are very limited remaining, but or the early part of 2026 if you do believe that we're on a little bit of a delay, okay? So that's what I got for you guys. Appreciate you tuning in for the Dogecoin update today. Those are my thoughts. Leave your comments down below. Thank you all for watching once more. And if you have not checked out BITUNIX, start trading on that platform. You can find the link down below in the description. Thank you again, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.